GTA 6 is less than a year from arriving. In fact, it's actually a little under 10 months from arriving, and Rockstar Games might already have to completely update the map. We'll be talking about what's going on and more all in this video today. So we found out once Grand Theft Auto 6's second trailer arrived, approximately when Rockstar started working on GTA 6, and that was around 2018 to kind of 2020 is where they really started. Now, in previous videos, we've gone over reports talking about Grand Theft Auto 6's turbulent development and how it actually had multiple different stories and locations. And so for the longest time, it wasn't necessarily going to be the state of Leonida, Vice City, and its surrounding areas. But that is what it's going to be. Based on what we've seen in the trailer, the screenshots, we know that it's primarily going to be fictional Florida, other parts of surrounding areas and islands like fictional Georgia, but we know it's going to be the state of Leonida. That's what Rockstar has described so far. Well, it looks like Rockstar might actually have to update the map. Now, before we talk about Rockstar updating the map, this is kind of a good idea of what the current map looks like. This is probably the most accurate example of what we can expect the map of Grand Theft Auto 6 to look like. It's the Vice City and Leonida State mapping project. This is version 0.051, and you can see it covers a lot of the different updates provided by Trailer 2 and the screenshots, as well as the leaks in the first trailer. So you can see this is roughly the shape, containing sort of a panhandle, similar shape to Florida, a fictional potential Gloriana state up in the north, tons of different counties like Kelly, Ambrosia, and Leonard, tons of different areas like Vice City, Port Gellhorn, the Leonida Keys, all the important areas that Rockstar showed off with the updated website that came along, trailer number 2. So that's roughly what it looks like. We've gone over this in the past, how large it's going to be, all the different secrets, areas, etc. Well, there's also been other fan-created maps as well that give us a good idea of what the map looks like. This is a very similar version. This one's created by a user, Yanis. They say they are inspired by the style of the HD Universe GTA games. It, of course, takes references from the fan-created map that we just looked at, the Vice City and Leonida State mapping project. And this actually looks fantastic. Again, this gives you that more like classic, almost Grand Theft Auto 4 vibe, but you can see it roughly maintains the exact same shape that Grand Theft Auto 6's map is going to have, and it gives you an idea roughly of the world, airports, prisons, stuff like that. So that's one created by Yanis. You also have a ton of other fan maps as well. This one highlighting more of the known areas. This one takes out all of the speculation, purely just things that we've seen in the screenshots, on Rockstar's new website, and in the first and second trailer. The leaks showed us so much, but because those happened in 2022, none of that can be confirmed because Rockstar could decide to remove that at pretty much any time they wanted, but that is the confirmed info of what we know so far. And then here's another fan-created map. This is Rick's Vice City map, version 2, and you can see it's just a more close-up, in-depth version of Vice City and its surrounding areas, like the Venetian Islands, the Vice City Port, Key Biscayne, places like that. So these are the maps that fans have created. It's roughly going to be very, very close to the version that Rockstar Games is going to create based on, Rockstar fans' history of accurately predicting these maps. It's amazing what they're able to do by analyzing frames from the trailers, screenshots, and even the leaked footage back from 2022. But all of that, I think, might need to be updated. And that's because a pretty significant landmass that's being added to Florida in real life. And unfortunately for Rockstar, I think this is something that they could have a lot of fun with and might want to end up adding. And for those of you guys who have no idea what I'm talking about, it's a place called Alligator Alcatraz.
Protesters also gathered outside Alligator Alcatraz, showing no sign of giving up their fight to shut down the migrant detention center.
And there's no sign ICE will stop sending detainees. Tonight, another bus pulled into the facility. Here's Local 10's Bridget Matter. Detainees escorted inside. Within the past hour, Chopper 6 captured officials walking people inside of the detention center in the Everglades. Many call Alligator Alcatraz.
Deep in the Florida Everglades, tonight President Trump says this massive migrant detention camp built in just 8 days has an unusual deterrent to prevent any escapes.
Don't run in a straight line. Run like this.
He calls it Alligator Alcatraz.
It's meant more as a joke, but the more I thought of it, the more I liked it.
With gators clearly visible outside, NBC News getting a first look inside.
So I try to keep politics out of the channel here, but it's pretty clear that Rockstar Games has no problem making fun of American government and political parties In fact, we've already seen, based on some of the screenshots that Rockstar have provided, that they are indeed going to be making fun of the current political situation here in the United States. And so this Alligator Alcatraz is essentially a jail that is surrounded instead of by walls and by water, but by swampland and alligators. And when I initially thought of this, I thought of how crazy it was in Red Dead Redemption 2 that you had like the Le Gras and Saint Denis area, and essentially everywhere down there, you couldn't just walk in the water. There's like giant alligators that would just grab you and then you end up dying. The same thing could happen here. So could you imagine Rockstar Games making an area like this? And based on the map where Alligator Alcatraz is located, it's kind of in the middle of the state, but it's definitely towards like the southern portion. And you can see that it's below that giant lake right there. And that lake is called Lake Okeechobee. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. And it looks like it's just to the south of that. So that's where on the Grand Theft Auto 6 map, Rockstar Games would have to put this essentially in the middle of the Everglades, and this could be a really cool addition to the game from a either Easter egg standpoint or one of just those crazy secrets and mystery that Rockstar loved to put in the game. Could you imagine if there was something very valuable at the center? Like, let's say it was abandoned per se. Again, this is fictional Florida. Let's say there was something valuable in the center, but the only way to get there would be inaccessible by vehicles, or you'd have to like parachute in and deal with like a swarm of 1,000 alligators. I think that could actually be kind of cool. Now, I don't know how far Rockstar Games is in the development of Grand Theft Auto 6, or if it would be too late at this point in time to make tweaks and updates to the map. But if there is time, I think this could be a hilarious addition to the game. Again, they could put some crazy characters in there, some secrets, Easter eggs, mysteries. Again, it just reminds me of all the crazy stuff that happened in Red Dead Redemption 2 and that area with all the alligators. So I think it would be kind of interesting if Rockstar decided to add it here. Again, it would be a late addition to the game. Things happen in real life that Rockstar Games can't control with maps that they are trying to parody, like New York City with Grand Theft Auto 4, Los Angeles with GTA 5, and certainly Vice City in the state of Leonida with Grand Theft Auto 6. But if they have the ability, I think they should update this, because if not, it's going to feel like the map is out of date. Not only is everyone talking about this right now, but they've made it such a big deal nationally that I think a lot of people are just going to play the game and at least know about it. And if they went to that area, they'd say, oh, that's kind of missing. I wonder why that's not there. So it will be interesting to see if Rockstar Games does update the Grand Theft Auto 6 map. I don't know if any other major additions that have happened to the state of Florida over the last couple of months that would cause them to say, hey, we got to do something about this. But I think if there are any, this one has to be at the top of the list. But let me know what you guys think about this in those comments down below. Do you think GTA 6 and Rockstar should add their own version of Alligator Alcatraz, whatever they might end up calling it? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.